What is up, guys? In today's video we have another spectating video where I'm going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, giving my thoughts and opinions on how they play the game and hopefully giving you guys some advice if you find yourself in some of these situations or making similar mistakes. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more, and comment down below what your favorite loadout to use in Chapter 4 is. If you've seen any of my videos, I'm sure you're well aware. Mine is definitely Thunder Shotgun, Tactical Pistol, Chug Splash, Hammer, and Red Eye. I just feel like all of those weapons are super solid and complement each other really well, especially like the Tactical Pistol and Red Eye kind of filling in some ranges for each other. But we're going to be going faulty here. I just thought with this bus there should be a good amount of players landing here. This man's already breaking everything. He had the God landing. Oh no, he's a llama rider. He's not messing around though. Run ex Dios mi viningo, I guess is how you say this. I don't know. It's been a while since I took Spanish. This llama rider is gonna fry the lobby 100%, bro. I have faith in him to win this game. This is the most awkward skin ever. I think this is from the Chapter 1 Season 6 Battle Pass. And this was like, yeah, just far and away the most awkward and difficult skin to use. It's definitely very creative, but like, I do not think I'd be able to play well with this skin. It's like super bulky. Let's see what this player gets into. Already off to a good start. 2 kills. The purple machine pistol. Of the spray weapons, I rate the machine pistol the lowest. It is solid, but it has the worst range, which isn't always something I'm very concerned with my spray weapon, but I feel like it matters a decent amount this season because of how much mobility there is in the game. And with the Red Eye being not the greatest at close range. Oh, wow. This guy's a million IQ. He's using the cow catchers to break the barrels faster. Which in build mode, you could just place builds on it. But that's actually really smart. I never, like, I knew that existed, but I never, like, thought to do that intentionally. But yeah, if you land here, there's toolboxes where he initially landed, that first room where he killed me. You should be able to get cow catchers out of them, break the barrels with it. That is very smart. What I was saying is, the tactical pistol having more range is really important to me in Zero Build because of people hammering away. And because of Red Eye being more of, like, a long-range suited weapon. If somebody's within, like, 25 meters or so, it's like kind of weird to decide what to use, and the pistol just fills that void perfectly, whereas like the machine pistol doesn't have very much range. This guy seems to not know where the chest he's trying to get is. It's on the roof. Like, you just break the tippy top, or it might be this one he's hearing instead of the roof one. I'm not sure. I'm actually interested to see what's going on with this player. Like, I'm excited to spectate them. Personally, if I was them, I would have taken that keg instead of the DMR. I feel like having the Red Eye and the DMR together is kind of weird, and you definitely want to have some sort of healing item. One of the nice things about Faulty is there is a lot of coolers here. You should definitely be able to get chug splashes. Like, each building in this POI almost has coolers. Like, we'll just zoom in. He's just looting anyways. There's one here. There's one in the bottom of that building and on the roof. There's one in here. There's 3 in this building. There's 2 here and 1 here. There's 1 here, and I believe there's 1 on this building as well. Like, there's just a huge abundance of coolers, so you should definitely be able to get one. And then there's also a fair amount of oathbound chests in this area. 1 at this building, 1 at this building, 1 at this building, 1 at this building. I believe there's 1 here as well, but I rarely get to that. Not always will you get a hammer from here. You have pretty decent odds too, because there's a fair amount of oathbound chests and just fair amount of loot in general. But if I don't end up getting a hammer here, I rotate to this area and buy one from the NPC for 250 gold. So that's my thought process when landing Faulty, and this is like far and away my favorite POI to land. There's another cooler there, and there's actually one in the vents area of this building too where he is. Slurp Juice is really good. It just got added this week. I prefer Chug Splash just because I think it's a better healing item in a fight, because you can kind of drink it or use them and reposition over the course of a fight really well. There's actually a player in this building that he's in. But the Slurp Juice is nice. If I was going to carry 2 healing items, I would carry Splash and Slurp Juice. It's very good. You get 2 health a second for like 37 seconds, I think, after drinking it. And it gives shield and health just depending on what you need. Similar to how Chug Splash do. Like, if you're full health, it'll start going to shield. If you're not full health, it'll give health before shield. Not really sure what this player is doing at this point in time. Maybe he's going to capture the point. A lot of people seem to be like concerned with capturing the point. I get a lot of kills on people who do it. I don't really get it. I just really don't care that much about capturing the point. Okay, he's trying to get tires so he can put them on the car. And then is he going to get a cow catcher too and then just run everything over? Or is he going to use this as a weapon? I'm interested to see what he's going to do because a lot of people really like just running over POIs. We'll see what he's going to do. Getting his augments. So yeah, this player is just going to full run over the POI, which personally I don't understand. Or maybe he is just going to go like fight with this car. We'll see. Okay, cool. I was going to say, if he's full running over the POI, I don't really get it because his loot is like kind of fine at this point. He could use more splashes. But, like, he would have been better off just looting the coolers rather than going out of his way to get, like, this car set up. He's going over to this castle area. I would assume he's going to be purchasing a hammer from the NPC, but we'll see. He's just going to use his car as a weapon. What a savage, bro. And, yeah, this is one of the more annoying things you could do within the game. There's augments dedicated to improving the cars, but we got toxic. Even if you don't want to use the augments, like, it's not impossible to come across, like, cow catchers and tires, and then just you have godlike engage in a fight where people just stand there and take it. But when players have mobility, it becomes less effective. And if you do find yourself playing against this, you just want to try to pop the tires and just constantly hammer side to side and get, like, shots on them over time. Hopefully, GG's, you see he loses, like, to an actual player. MySpace TV Ron. Interesting. So, what I was going to say, if you find yourself fighting a car, just hammer away. Hopefully pop the tires. That way it's slower for them to catch up to you. And then also, once the tires are popped, start trying to shoot the player. And then you're just constantly hammering around. A lot of the time when people are playing off a car, it can be good. But oftentimes when people are playing off a car, it's because they're not really that confident fighting. And yeah, that's just my perspective on it. You usually, if you have been shooting at them and avoiding them, you'll have like a decent amount of damage going into the fight. So this player's setup is interesting. They're using a SCAR instead of an SMG or a pistol. I don't know if that's just because that's what they got or if that's what they want to do. The SCAR isn't a terrible spray weapon. And for a lot of Chapter 2, you actually saw players taking the SCAR instead of an SMG just to free up inventory slots. So people would just run pump and SCAR and then like double heals and mobility. But yeah, it seems like he just wants the SCAR as a spray weapon. I prefer the tac pistol, but if you like the SCAR, I guess that's fine. I don't know what this player's doing. Like the main concern about using the SCAR would maybe be like, oh, you're using 2 sources of medium ammo, but I just don't think that's going to be a problem most of the time in public matches if you play like the slightest bit aggressive. You see here they have 300 AR ammo and it's not even second zone yet. What's going on here with my map? Okay. I don't understand what this player's doing. Is this a challenge to shoot the shield? He's gonna go with the tactical pistol. I like the tactical pistol more. It has better hipfire, and like the ranges at which I'm gonna be using it, like the hipfire is really nice to combo with a shotgun. I think it might also pull out faster, which is nice, and I think it definitely reloads faster than the SCAR. I really prefer the tactical pistol, or I really like the tactical pistol. If either the pistol or the thunder shotgun get vaulted next season, I will be sad. Both of those are like very enjoyable weapons to me to use. Seems like to them though, the pistol and the SCAR are interchangeable and they just kind of pick it based on rarity. Someone destroyed its entire building. I've never seen it like this before. Interesting. I didn't even know you could do this. A lot of rockets. But yeah, it seems like they don't care that much about the weapon, more about rarity, because they dropped the green SCAR for a green pistol and then dropped the green pistol for a blue SCAR. So maybe they're indifferent on it. It just depends on rarity. Like I said, it's not that biggest deal either way. I could see both being good. I just prefer the tactical pistol. One advantage the SCAR will definitely have, though, is magazine size, because even with the augment, the tactical pistol is 26, I think, or 22. Whereas the SCAR is 30. What do they have here? Watch them just go back to the tactical pistol because I explained it. Yeah. Alright, so now they have a pretty solid rarity loadout. Kind of like swapping between the SCAR and the pistol is kind of odd to me, but I feel like this player has a decent chance to win. They have a good loadout. They have splashes. They got a hammer. They're going to go for the bow instead of the hammer. Personally, I prefer the hammer just because it's more convenient to use, but there are definitely some advantages to the bow, and they do have the soaring sprints combo. I think they have bow specialist as well. I can't tell exactly, but this is kind of the main like peak of the bow is bow, soaring sprints, bow specialist. You just fly around the map incredibly quickly, and you could do stuff like that. However, I have gotten a lot of kills on people just because they're in the air for a prolonged period of time. So it's like a double-edged sword. You can get around the map incredibly quickly, but just like instant mobility in a fight, I feel like the hammer is better. And we'll see if they get kind of outmaneuvered in a fight based on that, or if they end up getting punished for having soaring sprints. It's not a terrible setup, though. The main downside of it is, like I said, you might get beamed, and then also it's demanding. You need 3 augments to make that work, maybe 2 if you get lucky and get a shockwave bow off somebody else. And that not only is that inconvenient to make happen, takes a lot of gold, but also you're denying yourself other augments. You know, like you don't have storm mark, you don't have light fingers, you don't have pistol lamp, you don't have shotgun specialist. Like all of your augments are in the mobility, and it can work out incredibly good. You saw how long they were in the air there, though. If that Cypher PK skin had been a more solid player, that could have come back to bite this player. Like if that Cypher PK just had like a pistol out, we'll see if he dies out of the air. No, he got lucky. But if the player shot him with a red eye, he's probably dead there. He had 40 HP and he was in the air for a prolonged period of time being undefended. And that is why it's like good and bad. It just kind of depends on if you fight someone with decent aim, I guess. Because you're just way more vulnerable when in the sky like that. And you can get around the map quickly, but he's going to go for the slurp truck here, I think. This is a good play. Personally, I would have used some splashes. Like, it's nice to be able to get the slurp truck here, but if he's been a little less greedy on his mobility, or on his heals, then he would be in a better spot to potentially survive had someone been there. Like right here, like you're potentially beamed, you know? And obviously, like I have better red eye aim than the average player, but if your playstyle is very vulnerable to good players, that's not always the best case to be in, you know? Because those are going to be the fights that really matter and determine the outcome of the game. There's 6 opponents remaining here. This Iron Man is goated with the Maven. He gets away here. But once again, he could be shot from 360 degrees, and he does get fried there. And the Iron Man was incredibly late on looking for shots on that. Like, each time he's using the soaring sprint jump, like, I feel like he's so dead if this Iron Man just shoots his AR. But maybe I'm just biased against it. I don't know. As someone who has, like, good AR aim, like, I guess I just see the vulnerability of it more than a lot of people. He should be able to kill this Iron Man, I think. Oh, no, he messed up the pool. Iron Man should be dead, though. I don't know why he's glider redeploying there. 50 HP. Very susceptible to third parties on the edge of zone. He's got a big pot, so he's going to be at 150 health when he consumes all of this. His overshield will recharge, and then he'll have the big pot. Gonna check this for heals. Maybe I believe coolers spawn in there. I could be wrong. I'm not too familiar with this part of the map, but usually these little outpost things have coolers. Oh, there's a keg there. It's actually incredibly beneficial for him because he could throw that down in here. Someone just zipped up near him. I would be drinking the big pot here too. It might be a waste, but there was somebody that just zipped up near him. And they'll just get him to like max HP first or faster. I wouldn't be too confident carrying big pots in 0 build anyways. It's going to be hard to get this off if he's fighting against anybody who's a decent bit aggro. There's an extra big pot on top. Yeah, okay, cool. Gets it off. That's unlooted. It could benefit him to check that because he probably wants better heals to carry than just the big pots. And then also he has white health to gain. This should be a kill, 100%. This person's playing weird. He's going to take these splashes and be safe, I guess. But yeah, this person is dead 100% of the time. They rift. I think you splash and then jump into that rift. Let's see if he's going to go for it. But that's like one of the nice things about this Riftjector augment is like you can just use their rift as mobility for yourself. This should definitely be a kill. GG's. Okay. So MySpace Ron has 3 opponents remaining. I think they win this. I think if there's anybody really solid in the game, they would have third-partied him while he was fighting that Iron Man, honestly. This is like hella weird spectating people with the red eye. This person's using the dub. You want to get on this tower. I think you bow to that tower maybe. And then they're a free kill from there. The other person's there. And then there's another player that we don't know where they are. Broke shield on that. This person's red aim is solid. They've rifted. You shoot them out of the sky. Not too concerned about that though. He's more concerned about the person who's actually a threat. That person has the dub and soaring sprints. So they might have been doing the exploit all game, just existing in the sky. I'm surprised they never took the dub out until they fixed that. Yeah, I think he definitely wins this game. Rifted again. I think as long as this player plays relatively like safe, as long as they don't just like play like dumb aggro on somebody, I think they'll win the game. And so far, I would say they've been pretty cautious in a lot of fights, so I don't think they're gonna play dumb aggro. I think they will definitely win this game. They had times where they were close to losing though. Oof, that was close. Like I said, that fight with the Iron Man where he was like constantly under 50 HP, I think if there was anybody with decent AR aim in that situation, they just would have been dead out of the sky, because you are exposed for an incredibly long time with the bow soaring sprint jump like that. And it's nice when you want to get around the map quickly, and it's nice when you have the opponent on like a back foot, but when you're hella weak, it's not the best. And just like I said, this person has been playing incredibly cautious. I think they definitely could have bowed up to there already and ended the game. They bow straight up. He's looking to like shoot this guy in a storm or something. And like they should be fine because this person doesn't seem the best, but like pressuring your damage or doing something with your damage is incredibly important if you're fighting somebody decent. Like you want to take advantage of the damage you do get on them. This should be a free kill though. Eventually. I don't have very much faith in this person that's just gliding around with the dub. Like they're both like pretty cautious. It's kind of weird. Like how slow this fight is playing out. I'm gonna throw his bunker down. Oh no, that's the worst. When you throw a bunker and it just does nothing like that. Especially if it's like a moment where you really need it. If you're in like a scuffed situation, being shot from multiple angles, you pull out your bunker, think you're gonna get something with it, and then just nothing happens. It is not ideal. He's just looking for shots on this person into the zone, and that's one of the nice things about the bow is you can displace people. And in zero build, you know, cover is super important. So if you have a small piece of cover and then you get shot out from it, it can really ruin your game. But that is going to be it for this game in this video. Hope you guys found this interesting, informative, helpful, whatever. Soaring sprints helped for that player. It worked out for them there, but I think had they gotten more focus or had the Iron Man shot him, like they would have died out of the sky. But let me know what you think of the bow soaring sprints combo down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.